DJ Them Jeans, how are you? Thursday afternoon in LA, the sun is out. What's the vibe in Glendale?
I just finished playing tennis.
Beautiful, beautiful day for tennis.
I was getting some warmth from the sun. My body felt confused to feel warmth. My bottle of Palms tennis water, my little Nalginette.
Yeah, that's kid size.
By the end of the game, the water was a little warm from the sun.
Oh, baby, it's summer again in LA is what it sounds like to me, Jason.
Summertime is definitely here.
We back to business.
Which is good because my Nest thermostat is acting up, so the heater hasn't really been working today.
Oh.
Thank God I don't need it.
You got 2 dogs and a Nest. You really are a bitch. I tell you what, man, that's rough stuff.
Come on, dude. Joe Rogan has 2 dogs, and he probably has like 7 Nest Cams. Nest Cams, Nest thermostats. Come on, dude.
No, Joe Rogan has a security guard like a normal person. I'm going to skip Nest Cams and go straight to 2 security guards. That's my goal.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have any video surveillance whatsoever. That's where you're going with, Chris?
No, I'm going to say as video surveillance, but I'm going to assume that Mr. Joe has something more sophisticated than the millennial pink version of a surveillance camera that you can buy on Amazon. I'm saying I think I'm sure Nest works great, and I'm sure it protects your house and lets you know when all of your packages from your influencer clients land, so you can get the shot.
Look,
but
the jealousy coming off of you, the jealousy coming out of your ears is dark. You want to manage your Nest Cam so fucking bad.
I do. You know, the only thing I manage on my Apple iPhone is my Spectrum Wi-Fi, because you can restart the modem or the router from the app.
No way. I didn't know.
It's pretty lit, bro. Let me tell you all about it.
This podcast is brought to you by Spectrum.
Yeah. You guys like cable, right? But no, it's pretty. So if the Wi-Fi is acting up, I can just go onto my Apple iPhone, head into the excellent Spectrum app, click around, and then the modem restarts automatically.
Fuck me sideways.
It's crazy, bro. It's honestly, it's crazier than Kanye West fucking Julia Fox.
Whoa, slow down. Let's save that for later, okay? We don't want the steak to come out before the salad, Chris.
I know. The tableside Caesar is still being made.
Tableside Caesar is still being hand spun. I mean, I was going to do 15 minutes on Comcast, but I guess we can move on. I mean, I feel like our guest today will want to kind of chime in on some of that.
I would imagine they would. Yeah. I don't. It's too hot of a topic to not get multiple segments on this program.
The way that it's affecting my life personally is the chances of Julia Fox coming on How Long Gone have greatly decreased in the last week or so.
Well, it's more for me. It's like I'm not being able to find any Balenciaga jackets in my size, so I'm a little more. That's kind of hitting me.
Are you saying Julia's an XL too? That's crazy you would say that.
Balenciaga encourages anyone to wear their clothing oversized, so I think her and Kanye probably swap pieces. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's fun.
I've never really understood the fascination with Julia Fox personally. Like, I don't really know what she's known for exactly. Besides being in one movie as is there other stuff I should know about?
I think just being a real juicy human being.
No, she's juicy and she's New York to the bone, but that's not really enough to get me tapped in.
Yeah, well, I think the problem is it's not really your flavor. You like
that's true.
Blonde chick going about 105, soaking wet. That's pounds, not kilograms.
But I don't like. It's not even about that. I just
you want a chick that's got all the curves of a 8.5 by 11 piece of printer paper, Chris. Julia Fox. She's a thoroughbred. That's just what it come down to.
You couldn't handle a thoroughbred like her. You ain't Kentucky Derby ready.
Chris.
I'm sorry.
Neither of us, neither you or I, can hop into a fucking Lambo and drive it around the track, hug the corners, do some drifting. Neither of us are going to be able to pull that off.
That's true.
But I'll be able to get a little bit closer than you, Chris.
I would agree with you, and I think that you probably, since you've never lived in New York, maybe you find that shtick more charming.
What, a voluptuous woman?
A woman that talks like the guy that you get coffee from at the bodega is not. It's not necessarily that appealing to me.
Okay, well, try this on for size. I've never heard her talk before. and I'm a fan.
You've seen the Safdie brothers movie?
I fell asleep during Uncut Gems. That was
Yeah, no, I understand. I know. If everybody would stop acting,
but
like,
I heard she was in it. And also, did you see Adam Sandler was wearing a sick outfit in that movie?
Shut up.
He
dude.
was dressed
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
It was like vintage vibes.
I think it's crazy, but I think Adam Sandler's shopping on Depop.
Yeah, and that movie, I watched it and I felt like crazy. It was like the camera's moving all over. But yeah, what I'm saying is I don't know. I mean, I'm sure she's a very cool, interesting, fun person. I don't know about her acting chops because I have not seen her act. But I think a large reason why a lot of people, whether or not you want to have sex with her or not, is just, she a thoroughbred. Not to objectify
The
her.
baby dad thing was really funny.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I forgot about that.
Coming off the baby dad shaming straight into Kanye paparazzi photos you're having a great week. That's a very cool trajectory.
We break it down to build you back up. You have to...
No, it's great.
You had to crack a couple eggs to make an omelet, and she has a big old bipolar omelet right now that she's going to have to take home in a to-go box probably because it's so large.
I know. I mean, also, I love Kanye taking her to the Balenciaga store and then to Carbone.
I think Kanye is doing Julia Fox role play. He's doing like, this is the juiciest white chick he's ever had, so he's nervous. He's off of his game. He doesn't know how to handle something like this. So he's like, I guess I got to buy her clothes. Like, maybe he likes doing that because like he could never take Kim K shopping in New York City.
Do you think Kanye West has to pay at the Balenciaga store? Do you think they swipe his card, or do you think he goes in and walks out whatever he wants and they settle up with Dimna later?
I think that he wants to pay. He wants to get his credit card out.
I agree with you 100%. I agree
just
with you.
Just to feel something,
I mean, we all shop for different reasons. You know what I mean? That's
fuck.
just kind of how it goes. That's kind of how it goes.
Yo,
Jason,
big fucking facts.
But speaking of shopping, I heard that you had some issues at one of your favorite emporiums today. Is that true?
I'm hot right now, Chris. I'm pissed as hell.
Jason was in the group chat absolutely flaming an unnamed streetwear brand for some of their posting today, and I was like, damn, Jason has time today. Are you okay? And then he told me that the Burbank Whole Foods smoothie bar is down for construction?
Glendale, first of all. And I don't...
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't really have any beef with any streetwear brands. It was obviously my personal issues coming out. And I want to apologize to that unnamed brand right now. But...
Thank you for that. Thank you for apologizing to that unnamed brand.
Chris,
I appreciate it.
I did the work.
You always do. That's what's so great about you, Jason. That's why you're a great friend and business partner.
It was the Glendale Whole Foods. That was my first mistake. But
was this post Equinox too? So you needed the smoothie?
This was post tennis.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
So yeah, I was feeling a little peckish. I was hungry. I was ready to fuel up with some hemp protein, but God said not today. You know who said no today? Miss Flurona. Because I think it's closed down because of COVID bullshit. I think it was a COVID because like early days quarantine on the first or second or third closing lockdown, the smoothie bar was just like, yeah, we ain't doing it.
That's interesting because the Whole Foods that I go to on Fairfax that you make fun of and say is shitty was open for business. And there were multiple orders waiting to be filled.
That's today?
That's today. That's this morning. That's hours ago.
The transient Whole Foods that you go to, for the disenfranchised people of Hollywood, that location, that's sort of become like the Texas of Whole Foods is. So you go there because that's the only location who's still maintaining a little something we call, I don't know, freedom.
I think that
the right to bear smoothies,
the right to eat a croissant that's not in plastic. I don't know for sure.
Maybe like because that location, since it is so disenfranchised, their electronic mail system isn't fully set up yet. So they had to like just the president of Whole Foods, Bezos had to write a letter. They had to do. Shout out to snail mail. Bezos had to write an actual letter, and send it to that store, and then he just hopes that one of the guys who picks up the shopping carts finds it and sends it to the manager because they would have no idea that it's time to close the smoothie bar because Miss Flurona is here.
Bezos is motorboating titties on a yacht in St. Bart's, wearing his Cuccinelli pants with the Casablanca top, looking fit.
Woo!
And I think that we don't have to fully get into this because obviously we have a guest today, but I think the 3rd Street location of Whole Foods in LA is the worst in the world. I think that is much worse than the Fairfax location.
Yeah, you could be right.
For the transient vibe you're going for, if you're feeling transient, I think the 3rd Street is more.
Well, I guess maybe it's because the Glendale one where I cut my teeth, as far as LA Whole Foods is. Strong Armenian contingency, my brothers, now.
Your brothers.
The Fairfax, the brothers, they're all my OGs. They're all my big bros. I'm their little broski. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. The one on Fairfax and Santa Monica, strong Russian contingency. And speaking of nuts, that's one nut I haven't cracked yet. Those are a tough people to come around on you.
Look, all I know is that the beautiful staff of
and I smoke cigarettes.
The Fairfax Whole Foods, they know me. They say, "Chris, very nutritious." I don't even have to say a word. I can just walk up to the register and swipe the card. Unfortunately, I've never once been given a free smoothie of any kind, but I feel like that doesn't really happen.
It's not a mom and
I feel like that doesn't really happen at Whole Foods. So the most I can do is an acknowledgement of my name and my order.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, since you don't have any friends or anything, you need that type of interaction, don't you?
Bro, I have no friends. All I do is try to interact with employees behind masks, and it's really taken its toll on me. Okay, well, we should talk about our guest today. Shamir.
Shammy.
Big Shammy is a singer, songwriter, and actor. He's from beautiful Las Vegas, just like my favorite band, The Killers. He's put out a handful of albums, one pretty recently, actually, that was kind of like a departure, and people fucking loved it. Came out October 2nd, 2020. It's called Shamir.
I mean, I was familiar with Shamir from back in the day. I think 2015.
Yeah, he had some big records. Yeah, he had some big records.
Like a few months ago, he was tweeting something about listening to How Long Gone, and he said that he was listening to How Long Gone, and he gets to...
Wait, what?
Feel like he's hanging out with white people or something? I don't remember what he said.
Shit. Well, Shamir, come hang out with your 2 favorite white bros right now, baby. Let's go. Let's give this motherfucker a call. What's really good? Where are you coming to us live from, Shamir?
I'm Philadelphia. I know y'all. Listen, I'm here to I'm here to defend. I came here on a mission to defend. Y'all been talking a lot of shit.
Shamir, I know you probably know this, but podcasting is basically just talking shit. So if there's certain things you want to discuss off rip, go ahead and approach the bench and we can discuss.
Do not come for Orange County today, Shamir, because I have the time.
Listen. All I'm saying is just tread lightly. You know what I mean? Because I'm a little groggy.
Okay.
I just woke up from a nap.
Okay. I'm sure you'll be just fine firing off some spicy hot habanero takes. Don't worry. So it looks like you're at the Real Housewives of Philadelphia. That's the staircase where they all come down when they're being presented for the first time.
No, I'm in my little South Philly row home. What's up, Point Breeze?
For our listeners at home, I believe Shamir is doing a gang sign for which area of Philadelphia that he was in.
You threw up a set and people couldn't see that, and you knew no one would see it except us. That's a threat. That's what I take that as. So
they're lying. I don't claim Nanset. I ain't claim Nanset.
I don't claim Nanset.
So, well, I know that you're from Las Vegas, which is obviously insane.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Where else have you lived? Because ending up in Philadelphia is a choice that obviously we can't wrap our heads around, and we're going to need an explanation. But have you lived in New York and LA, and it just wasn't for you?
So what happened was that I got signed like after graduating high school.
Shit,
that was that XL?
XL, yes, but I first was working with like a smaller label called God Mode.
Okay.
And then they took over managing and producing, and Nick Sylvester, who produced the first album and EP and everything, he lived in Williamsburg. So I did live in Brooklyn, but just for 3 months just to record my album, and like I hated it. But
well,
I had a decent time though.
Brooklyn does suck.
Well, yeah,
of course.
I had a decent time. No, it was fine because I lived at Silent Barn, which was like actually kind of lit.
So you're saying that you like Brooklyn because you were partying a lot?
I was not. I was working. Please, Silent Barn. we're all very like we were like poor broke artists, like working, like trying our best.
When I was a poor broke artist, I somehow found a way to always scrape together some money for cocaine, but that's just me. I don't know if that's everybody. You know what I mean?
Okay, you know what? Chill. We get it. You're privileged.
Yeah, he can always have his mommy send him a little cash app if he needs a bundle.
All my mom literally could send me is like Stone said she found in the desert. Like,
So you lived in Brooklyn to make the record, and you were like, I had a good time, but I don't need to live here. I'm good.
well, okay, so I ended up moving to Philly and got into the Philly scene because, like, what I didn't like about the Brooklyn scene is like I loved everyone, but I was like the baby. I was like obviously the youngest person at Silent Burn at that time.
Yeah.
And I felt like I just couldn't find like any other kids like doing like what I wanted to do. But like in Philly, like all ages is truly all ages. And like I found kids like around my age, also like even younger, like putting shows together, like doing like what I was like doing. And long story short, I first came to Philly for the first time to see a band I ended up working with. I ended up like managing and like actually like working with. I liked their music, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm in Brooklyn, but like let me know when you come to like New York. And they was just like, oh, we're playing like Philly, just like come down to Philly. And I was just like, oh, I guess it is that simple, because I just I didn't know how the East Coast worked. So
we played a show there, and we were both pleasantly surprised. And Jason got so drunk he wouldn't leave. I had to physically drag him out. So he loves Philadelphia.
I love the fans. You know what I'm saying?
Philly's the place to get like messed up. It's like it's kind of a toxic drinking culture, but it's also kind of like chill. It's not like New York. Like New York drunk is ugh.
Yeah, the thing I noticed when we went to the Philly show and we went early for sound check, we were there at like 5:00, something like that, and the bar was already full of just like guys that are alone drinking a beer, just like looking at the TV, like yeah, and that was it.
Real East. That's some East Coast. That's some East Coast shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like Boston, New York, Philadelphia, like that vibe of like I go to the bar alone after I clock out, and it is depressing to see.
What I like about Philly is that it's the perfect combination of like it's like a southern East Coast state, because like you still get the Appalachia influence, but then you also get the East Coast influence, and it's just smack dab in the middle for Philly.
What are some of your favorite parts about the Appalachian influence, Shamir?
Believe it or not,
I'd
y'all,
love to know
I'm a country.
that.
First of all, there's a lot of just like instances of just like my love for country music like throughout my entire catalog. But like when I started off doing music in general, I started off doing country music.
What kind of country music are we talking about? Big country?
Shamir walked so Lil Nas could run. Is that what's going on?
Listen, I don't even know, because
my words, not yours.
no,
my
no,
words,
no,
not
no,
yours.
because at the second that anyone gets a chance to say that shit, like they're ready for it. Listen, Little Nas don't know who the fuck I am. He's too busy being rich. First and foremost, let's start there. But did I suffer as well? Yes. And I still do suffer, and he's suffering, and I don't think he's never not going to suffer. So that's that on that. And that's basically why, country didn't really work out. I was like at honky tonks, 15 fucking years old, very visibly black and queer. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
And I thought that it would be funny if I sing I'm Still a Guy by Brad Paisley, and people are just even more confused.
But did they? But I feel like that's the kind of situation where people are like, what the fuck is going on? But I feel like you probably won some people over.
No,
No people?
not in 2010, 2011.
Okay.
Maybe now.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But back then, they were like, get the Negro off the stage.
You were swimming up a very strong stream, and it was hard to get over that.
At 15, I'm already going through enough. You know what
That's
I mean?
so impressive, though, to be a 15-year-old you at a honky tonk
In Nevada.
And this one's from Brad Paisley, and you start playing it, and
Literally.
What did you play? What instrument were you playing? Just like a guitar, like
I
a
play
classic,
guitar.
like
That's still like my main instrument now.
yeah. But I'm saying it was basically like rocking up to an open mic at a honky tonk with an acoustic.
Yeah, basically. And one time my family came, and there's a running joke in my family. They call me Shammy because like the old country ass, presumably racist host mispronounced my name. They called me Shammy, and it was like next up Shammy, and I didn't invite my family to any more of those. I just like drop me off.
well, in the intro, I randomly said Shammy when we were introducing you, so that doesn't reflect well on my level of racism, does it?
Yeah, okay, I get it. I get it. Y'all are privileged, y'all are racist. Like, that's why I listen to you. Like, come on.
But is it racist to abbreviate someone's name? I mean, I don't think saying Shammy, that's just like saying my name's JC. You know what I mean?
It's just like Shamir is not an ethnic name. It's actually Hebrew. Like, literally, one of the Israeli presidents was named Shamir. Like, it's because
Are you giving us an exclusive that you're also Jewish?
spiritually, maybe, I don't know.
I'm spiritually Jewish
No,
as well.
actually, I was telling my life partner, I was like, oh, Shamir's coming on. She's like, Shamir, Israeli?
You know what?
She knew.
I think that the Jews are the spiciest of the whites. Like, I think that they're the most seasoned of the white people. That,
Right.
You know, people think the Italians, first of all, the Italians are racist. I went to Italy and felt like shit the entire time. You know, like, I'm sure that there's but the entire time, my whole touring crew, because we only had one person in our touring crew during that time, and we were treated like shit the entire time, all 4 days that we were in Italy. It was just racism to like a crazy degree.
Yeah.
They're known for that. I mean, that is not like a secret by any means.
But great food.
They're sexy, good food, passionate lovers, but they are racist as a motherfucker. But they make it look good in a weird way.
Yeah, no, they make it look fashion. I mean, listen, the food's good. They look great. I love that for them.
I'm still trying to process you playing a Brad Paisley cover at 15, but we can move on.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk offline. I think the Shamir story, Netflix,
Chaos.
Hulu, chaos.
You know what I mean? My mental hospital stints, like, honestly, like, I'll give the rights. Like,
Okay.
I like money.
We all like money. That's something we can agree on here.
Oh, I know.
You and I first interacted on Twitter. It was like a couple months ago, something like that.
Yeah.
What was your tweet that you said? I forgot exactly what it was.
I said, I'm straight when I'm listening to How Long Gone. And I think this is a perfect time to, you know, I don't know when this is coming out, but, you know, stream Heterosexuality, my next album, my 8th album, my 8th studio album by Shamir, Heterosexuality, out February 11th. What's up?
Let's go.
That's
Look, I'm wearing my Sam Evian shirt.
Wow.
I got a fucking
Yeah,
chain
great
on.
shirt.
Like, I'm giving, you know, I watched, like, I listened to the Lena Dunham episode and she's just like, I was very happy to just like bro out and like say, like, this is my bro time. Like,
So, growing up, did you ever have like some real heterosexual bro time? Part 2 of the question, is your album named after us?
I will say that y'all definitely like, influence the album title for sure. I do this thing. First of all, I have a lot of like straight friends, specifically straight male friends. I really only get along with straight guys. It's actually really funny. These days, like, I've been doing this thing where it's just like, I've done so many like camp things and like camp looks that like now, like, kind of like cosplaying heterosexuality has like been like my new favorite like fashion thing lately. So like now, like, wear like oversized like long sleeve t-shirts. I got like a Harley Davidson Wisconsin shirt, which is like really funny because I wore it out to like hang with like the straight person, and it was like our first time hanging out. And he had like picked me up because I can't drive because I am that gay, but don't tell nobody. And
Too gay to drive.
when he picked me up, he saw my Harley Davidson shirt and he was like, he rolled down the window. He was like, yo, I was going to wear my Harley Davidson shirt today. And I was like, oh no, I kind of fucked up because I'm like,
Bro.
you know, I like the level of straight where it's like, it's clear that was ironic. It wasn't clear to him. And that really just set the tone of that day.
That's the problem with us straights. A lot of us really just don't get it. You have to really do the extra work.
Y'all will get
Pay
it.
attention.
Y'all will get it. Especially Chris. Chris a little fruity, so.
I'm glad we had a clean audio take of Shamir saying, Chris, a little fruity.
You're saying that I'm fruitier than my co-host, or just is it not even a comparison? It's just facts.
You talk about how sexy or a male in some kind of sexual way, like every episode. Listen, I'm a fan. You can't. I know everything.
We're not criticizing you, Chris. This is a healthy environment.
No, I love that for you. No, like straight, like the chic straight dude these days are a little fruity. Like, I'm saying you're very chic right now.
Okay, well, I accept that, and I am fascinated with the male body because as I'm on a constant journey to improve mine, I have to look at others and understand.
No, you're a handsome dude. I'll give that to you.
Oh, well, thank you. I like that.
Handsome and Fruity, the new Migos record.
So this album you have coming out February 11th, Heterosexuality. Are you done, or are we in the mixing phase?
I'm in the middle of this.
You're done.
You think I'm just talking to y'all for fun? Like, hello, I'm here to promote an album. and I said, if I'm promoting heterosexuality, like, what's the one piece of like thing, press, like whatever that I need? And I was like, I told my publicist, I was like, get me on How Long Gone.
So you're doing How Long Gone. You're doing the cover of NRA magazine. You're really covering.
I would love, imagine me.
We got to get your little ass on Barstool Sports.
Because I'm trying to transition to my country career after this. You know what I mean? Like, I've been writing a bunch of country songs. So, like, you know, like, I feel like this is the nice, like, I'm not, you know, I got a plan.
Shamir is strategizing.
I appreciate your outlook, but I know you like to switch it up. You know what I mean? So do you think, are you at a point now where the fans are down to follow you into the fire?
No, my career has suffered. Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
I don't know, man. Some people do that. Some people do that. You know, some people get experimental and the fans are down and they follow them.
Some people.
Yeah,
no, you know, I did it from Jump Street. You know what I mean? Like, I got dropped from my label after one album. Like,
so you're saying that
after my debut.
You're saying that record was like big. I mean, that was like a cool thing.
It was big, and I hated it. It was a dark time for myself. You know what I mean? Because I didn't try to be famous.
Yeah, but I'm saying, did you hate it because it didn't feel representative of you when it finally came out? Or did you hate kind of the feelings?
It didn't feel representative of me. You know what I mean? Like, it's clear that, like, you know, everything else I did after that was like more indie rock. Like, I didn't want to do like electronic pop music, even though I liked it, but I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Did you subconsciously make it? You know what I mean? Like, did you just...
What straight man told you to do this?
Yeah, what straight man forced you to make that?
A lot of people know. I'm not naming names. I'm not even trying to go down that road.
That's in the rear view. We're moving forward.
Yeah.
Into the country world. Okay. Because country music is, on paper, the straightest genre.
Sure, yeah.
But it also is it's a pretty fruity genre of music when you really think about it, though, right?
Yeah, I guess being like emo and like drinking your feelings is like, feels like a feminine trait.
It does.
I feel like you're really good at using social media and technology to link and build with other people.
It's the only way I know how to do it, because I mean, I'm an introvert in real life. Like, I don't know how to do that shit in person.
But good at, and also you're young enough to really just be a part of the internet from the jump. So it's just second nature for you.
Absolutely.
I think it's a beautiful thing.
A little bit, yeah.
Because we, since we're older than you, we kind of use social media to like insult people to come on and I do
that too, don't get me wrong.
But we like to use the make fun of somebody until they come on our podcast or whatever.
No, that works. That I kind of did I not use that tactic with y'all?
No, you did. You beat us at our own game.
Yeah.
We got shammied.
Yeah.
We got
You got
You got shammied, bitch.
Yeah, that's for your new reality show.
Also, so that's what we have to figure out. Like, is it going to be a reality show, or is it like going to be like, a biopic? But I would prefer a reality
Both.
show. Like, I think it would be like,
you need both.
Or both, yeah. Like, I loved like the concept of like, a half an hour of me just like crying, writing songs in my bed, and also like eating in bed.
We're gonna need to workshop that. We're gonna need a little more action.
Okay, I think you're gonna need to get a lot more famous for somebody to want.
It will hold your attention. Trust me.
Okay, so you're a bed eater. You be eating in bed?
Absolutely. So sorry about it. Yeah.
It's funny because you don't look that sorry.
Crumbs, stay in my bed.
Did you spend some of your publishing check on the frette, or what kind of linens we working with? Because if you're putting
no, I always just like get cheap linen and then just like switch out once I'm like done with them. Also, my towels too.
One and done. Like you're like Dipset with boxers. You wear them once and you throw them away, kind of shit.
I only try to mostly buy secondhand. This is like literally fake. This is actually from a costume. Like, I don't wear chains. I told you I'm trying to like grow it up, but and it's nice when you are poor. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of sick being poor and famous because like I get free stuff and like I could use.
Come on, Shamir. You're not poor and famous. You're doing.
I am poor. Yes, I am.
What do you? Come on. You're doing okay. I mean,
I live in South. Oh, now it's cool to live in South Philly. Now.
No. I never said.
Now
anything.
I'm not in the gutter with the rats.
No.
I mean?
I did not say South Philly is nice. That is not what I said. I just said I feel like you're doing a little better than you're letting on.
No. I am. I'm doing better than most. Don't get me wrong. Like, I haven't worked a day job since I started doing music. So that's nice. I don't like attention. I told you I didn't want to be a star. Like, I really should not be where I am, but I'm making the best of what I got. You know what I mean?
What do you do to come out of your introverted shell when you have to?
I'm not a great live performer. I don't know. Like, you can ask anyone. It's a mixed bag. You never know what kind of...
You're like, to be honest, my live show is not so good.
I'm honest.
But have you ever had, like, when you have a moment where you do magically come out, like, do you pay attention to what happened with those circumstances? You know, not just like, oh, I took half a Molly and now I'm like suddenly a great person, but like, was there something going on in your brain, in your life, in your body at that time that made you come out and be a little more extroverted?
I mean, that's why it's like, I mean, these days, like doing like my first album when I was doing like the more like electronic pop stuff, like I would just like completely disassociate and hop on stage and do whatever the fuck. And that was like obviously debilitating to my mental health. And then so when I was like, okay, I can't do that anymore. And then also like I have to play guitar, so I can't just like disassociate. Then it just kind of like, I think it just like really made people uncomfortable because I'm just like on stage screaming like I'm Courtney Love.
I love an artist that is a dice roll when you go see them.
That's me. That's me. You never know. It just depends on the vibe.
Is this going to be magic? Is this going to be a meltdown? Like, is it going to be name calling? Like, you just never.
No, I'll finish the show. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trifling.
So you'll finish the
Not trifling.
You'll finish the show, but it just might not be great for the audience.
Yeah.
We'll give them their money's worth.
And I make peace with that. I'd rather give you something true.
Most of the time when you have a wild card, loose cannon performer like that, drugs are usually involved. Does that come into play for you in your life, Shamir?
No, I just drink a lot. Like, I count on my hands how many times I've, like, played a show without drinking first.
I'm the same way when I do my live podcast.
Yeah, when we were on tour, Jason was, I mean, I've known Jason for a very long time, and I know that Jason likes to get lit, but Jason's a big stoic guy. Like, you can never really tell when he's fucked up. On tour might have been the first time I ever was like, damn, Jason is fucking twisted right now. And it's 11:30 and we're back in an Uber back to the hotel.
I made it look good.
Is it nerves or is it just like fun?
Both.
Well, for me at an early age, I realized that myself that wasn't doing so well with, you know, getting sex or fun or friends or whatever, if I put some alcohol on there, then some doors opened up. It was I was a version of myself that did better just socially.
Actually, yeah, it's easier for me to be like, yeah, social when I've had a couple drinks in me. It was certainly funnier.
But you get stupider. Are you okay with being stupider?
No, I'm actually smarter.
All right.
I'm actually smarter.
Okay. So after you finish half a bottle of Tito's, you somehow get smarter, is what you're saying?
I've outdrank like Irish people, straight Irish people.
straight Irish people. So you have a high tolerance for alcohol.
Absolutely.
So much to the point where you need to drink just to get to the smart level. Most people do the opposite.
Like last night was like the first time that I went out and casually like had some drinks with someone. Cause you know, Amarion is out here crip walking through these streets and you know, I don't want to get, cause I might have to go on tour. They might cancel it. Who fucking knows? But like, I don't want to get like sick before tour. So it was my first time like going out and you know, that's the thing about me is like, I'm not alcoholic though. Like I can go like days, sometimes weeks without like drinking. And like, that was like the case. But my first time back, I had like 3 ciders, a whiskey,
ciders,
a Buffalo Trace, and
Buffalo Trace,
ciders and a Buffalo
not
Trace.
Buffalo Trace.
Listen,
damn, you really are a country girl.
First,
God damn it!
First of all, they were out of Bullet Bourbon, and that's why I had to settle for that.
Bullet Bourbon is the Philly of bourbons.
That's true.
That's what's on my radar. And then I also had a shot of tequila.
Okay. And
that was just like chill. Like I was just like fine. Like I wasn't even like drunk.
That was just on your little Wednesday night bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Okay, so I think that the drinking and the eating in bed, there's some through lines there, at least in my
mental illness. Yeah.
At least in my life. Obviously, the best time to eat in bed is when you're in a hotel room and you don't have to deal with the problem the next day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you set it up? Do you have like a ritual of how you do this eating in bed? Because I'm only asking because Chris probably finds it to be one of the more revolting ideas, right, Chris?
No, I never feel good in the moment, but I feel at peace. You know what I mean?
Sometimes that's more important.
Absolutely.
The world around you stops spinning and it's just you and that bed and that nice 12-inch hoagie, right?
Exactly. Well, okay. I don't know if you noticed when I said I drink ciders, but I'm gluten intolerant, so.
I should have read between the lines, Shamir. I'm sorry.
Shamir, I apologize for my friend. He's not very nice to certain communities, and one of those is the gluten-free community.
Do you think that'll happen one day, just as an aside, when they say like, you can't say that person's in AA, you have to say they're friend of John or something?
Are you saying it's going to be LGBTQ plus GF?
Yeah, the plus is for gluten-free people.
Yeah, plus is for gluten-free.
Yeah, it's going to be like, not for Shamir. He's a cider drinker. And they're like,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a friend of Dorothy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A friend of Dorothy. Right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I hate that I really do hate it for me. Like, I wish that wasn't the case. It is so, it's lame. I'm not proud of it. You know what I mean? But also, I like not having the bubble guts every damn second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And I'm sure the skin is much more on fleek without all that gluten in you, right?
Oh, yeah. And I stopped smoking cigarettes, and I actually, in my skincare routine, I aged 10 years, back.
You look great, I gotta say.
Thank you. Yeah.
You don't look a day over 15.
How much moisturizing are you doing? Are you just slathering it on, or is it
these days? Because it's so in the winter, and I have combination skin, so it's oily in the summer, flaky in the winter.
Yeah, same.
I know we suffer out here in the LA desert. It's tough to stay moisturized here. Jason knows.
I'm from Nevada. I'm from Las Vegas.
Oh, that's right. So when you go back to Las Vegas,
horrible.
Assuming that you do, maybe you don't go back.
Do you really try not to, or is it just like you go? Does your family visit you?
Yeah, I mostly just go for family. And then sometimes family will visit me out here. Yeah.
You don't go there to see Lil Jon?
Who?
If Lil Jon's at Aria, you don't go fly out for that?
Locals don't go to the Strip. The fuck?
Oh, damn, he's about to Vegas. Jason spent a lot
about to be on some Vegas shit now. There's a really good Thai food spot just 4 miles out of town.
Oh, yeah, I know you love foodie. I'm a little bit of foodie, too. I do like the food, yeah.
In and out of the bed.
Well, can you cook, though?
Yeah, I cook, yeah.
What's your specialty?
Let's say you got a nice little ting coming over for the first time. It's about to be toppy season. What's the meal that Chef Shamir is whipping up?
I just made butter. I posted it on my Instagram. I just made butternut scotch soup, which is really funny because I realized that the meal ended up accidentally being vegan.
Oops.
Because I ended up using Earth Balance.
Earth Balance, damn, that used to be running through my thick veins back when I was a little vegan.
But I'm not vegan. I just sometimes like to use Earth Balance, and then just the meal ended up just being vegan. So I thought that was funny.
That's just the country in you.
Guess so. Yeah, the cowboy.
So when you go back to Vegas, you go back, you just mostly just hang out with your family at the house.
And my best friend since 8th grade still lives out there.
Why do they live in Las Vegas still? Is that a choice, or are they in jail?
God damn it.
I guess
it's obviously a choice.
A victim of circumstance. Let's say that.
Sure. Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a lot of people I know are moving to Vegas.
Yeah, because Vegas is low-key popping out. Trust me, when I was growing up in North Las Vegas, it was not looking like how it's looking now. You know what I mean? They're actually building things.
Now we got damn Steve Aoki living there doing fucking backflips into a ball pit and racing.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry lives there too?
She got a residency.
Once you get the residency, you got to stay close. I mean, you can't, if you're doing it every night. But I think I think a lot of people live there, guys, for tax evasion purposes. I don't think it's really about the nightlife.
I think you live there for the tax cuts, and then also if you're the type of person that's always traveling to where you're never home anyway, then that kind of is a good little hub.
Yeah, it's a great place
just like Miami.
To just chill or retire. I definitely want my long-term goal, if I make another steady on the regular level bag.
For our listeners at home, that was Shamir's breakout single.
Oh, for people who don't, if you don't get the vibe, you get the vibe. You know what I mean? But if I get another bag like that, steady bag like that, then my big long-term goal is to buy a house in the middle of Nevada, in a literal middle of nowhere Nevada, not even Las Vegas or even in the greater Las Vegas limits. Build it out as a studio for bands to go and record, kind of like Kanye and Wyoming vibes,
like Rick Rubin in Malibu, Kanye
exactly
in Wyoming. Okay,
exactly.
That's a good. Do you have a name for this place already?
I don't know, the Ratchet Ranch or something. I don't know.
Because I know, Rick Rubens is called Shangri-La, and you're over here acting like, oh, I don't know, just off the top of my head, the Ratchet Ranch.
Yeah, the Ratchet Ranch. Now booking for 2023. You guys let me know.
Yeah, I mean, just like the Bunny Ranch. What happened to the Bunny Ranch? Are they still tricking off over there?
No. Oh, no.
Can you send me a gear list for the Ratchet Ranch? I kind of need to check what the SSL's looking like. If you could
It's literally going to be a single PreSonus audio box, and what is this? A Shure 58. Yeah.
58. That's what How Long Gone uses as well, Shamir.
Oh, sick. See?
It's a tried and true.
That's right.
Yeah.
When Unknown Moral Orchestra was on the pod, he was sort of, we both liked how open he was about that type of stuff. Drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it is. And I feel like you are another person who kind of appreciates somebody who's just like really open and honest about these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you always been like that your entire life?
I gotta, because like, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
What am I hiding? You know what I mean? I'm already just like by the virtue of like who I am and like what I look like, I'm already vulnerable. So like, why do I feel like anything is like precious?
And you were like this your whole entire life?
I believe so. Yeah. I think another thing has to do is like I was raised by a clan of female Virgos, and I think that you just can't be fake. You can't lie. It's just impossible.
The female Virgos can read you.
Yeah, and they hate to be lied to. So
We're male Virgos. What does that mean?
that's crazy. I don't know many male Virgos actually. If I'm being honest, I mean I don't know many Virgos in general. I think the only male Virgo that I know that I haven't even met IRL yet. Like we became pandemic homies, but like Ben Lee.
So Australian singer-songwriter Ben Lee.
Shout out to the pandemic homie Ben Lee. Forgot about him.
Yeah.
Did you make a lot of pandemic homies?
Yeah. I worked on a track for his next record.
I was going to ask you though, are you like a songwriter guy? Do you want to do that? Or
Yeah,
is that,
yeah.
you
I've done a couple things, but I'm like not, because I live in Philly too. I'm not like session every week ass person. I don't want to be like, if you want me, you want me. You know where I'm at. Like
A little session every week ass person. We got to get you out to LA here, Shamir.
I go.
We got to get you in the lab with Kenny Beats. You smoke weed?
I can't anymore. I'm bipolar.
Okay, so there was a moment where you could smoke weed and then the doctor said not a good idea?
It's a moment where I probably shouldn't have been, but like, but I'm just like, I'm tired of having episodes.
You were chief and big and it was triggering.
Yeah. But 2019 was my stoner year, man. Like I did a cross country trip with two straight homies. They were cousins. They were my fucking recording engineers, and we just like hopped in a fucking Prius.
This sounds like a porn, but continue.
Me and two guys named Chad hotboxed a Prius somewhere in Nebraska, and then we got to Eiffel Towering.
Things got fucking crazy at that Starbucks parking lot in Nebraska. It was a movie.
The bubble finally pops.
It had to happen. It had been pent
Chad
up.
could feel it. I could feel it. Other Chad number 2 could feel it.
Other Chad could feel it.
Can you stop again? Anyway, lots of country music, lots of weed.
I've never done country and weed.
It's kind of a vibe.
I feel like that song about like lakes really starts hitting. Like, damn, they really did drive this old damn truck down to the lake. God damn.
Anyway, I say all that to say is that to get through that, I would like wake up. They will like get ready for the drive, and then I would like down 5 like 25 milligram gummies, like just to start the day.
So you said just to deal with that, and that is a thing that you wanted to do, drive across country with 2 of your friends?
I
mean, road trips are tough even with your bestie.
I told you it was my stoner era. Will I do that again? No. I had like that moment. I'm good.
I feel like the only way you survived is making sure that you didn't get behind the wheel when you're gone off 100 milligrams for breakfast.
Didn't I just say I can't drive?
Thank God you're too gay to drive.
Yeah.
You saved everyone.
Yeah.
Damn, that's called dead weight on a road trip. Somebody who can't drive, that's fucking crazy.
Okay, but I knew where everything was because I done the most traveling. So that's what I provided. Thank you.
See, this generation's got me fucked up, man. All this edible. In my day, we would bust down a Swisher like a real man.
I'm a millennial. I'm a young millennial. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Chris. Grandpa's rolling up that old Swisher. You got old man Swisher hands.
Yeah.
So you, at a moment, was it you that made the decision, or was it?
When I had my last breakdown at the end of 2019, I had to go back to the hospital under my mother's care. I was like, I can't trust the adults around me to help me when I'm suffering mentally.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I have to like be strict because like I haven't been in the hospital since. That's been nice, I guess. But also like spiritually, I'm dead.
What does a breakdown look like for you?
Well, the last one, what happened is that I got triggered off of like 3 edibles.
Light work for you.
Which was like
Light
nothing
work for
compared
you.
to like what I was doing. Light work for me.
Depending on what you got in the stomach, it can hit you sometimes.
True. But we've established that I like to eat.
There was a good base.
There was a good base.
God, Jason.
I actually took them after I ate.
So you had this sweet green, and then you were like, let me pop a couple Eddies.
No, not a sweet green. That's really gonna fuck you up. Okay, I went to a place called Hush Puppies in Las Vegas.
Okay.
That's
in the
real
base.
Southern food. That's the base. That's what I'm saying. I'm not out here sweet green and like that would kill you, of course.
Sweet green, the edibles hit you more. He needs some smothered and covered biscuits and gravy, all kinds of shit like that.
And that's what I did. And I took it before an Iron and Wine concert.
Iron and wine.
Hold on. Why the fuck would you?
Damn, Shamir, you're really out here. I gotta say.
I'm the whitest guy you've ever met. I don't even fuck with Iron and Wine. I don't even fuck with
Iron and Wine. It was Iron and Wine Calexico. Listen, and I was so high. I literally was like, I saw God. And then I had an episode and my family couldn't find me for like 2 days because like I was like Jesus walking like 2 days straight around Las Vegas, just like walking until my like feet bled.
Whoa.
So the one black guy at the Iron and Wine concert just goes straight out.
Beto O'Rourke was in the audience that night too.
Who?
Beto O'Rourke.
Okay.
Beta? Damn. Yeah, his dumbass would like Iron and Wine. I'm not surprised. That's why he ain't the president.
Yeah.
And you would just, you got so high, you saw God, and then something just snapped, and then usually, that's happened to me before, but like once the THC sort of wears down out of my system and I digest it, then I can kind of go back to normal. But the plane never landed.
Not for me, depending on like my mental state.
Okay. And then when you're in that state walking around, do you have any recollection of that, or you're just like
here and there? It feels like a semi-vivid dream. You know what I mean?
Like trying to remember a dream, you can get little parts of it, but not the whole thing.
Exactly.
Damn, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. That's rough.
You know what? I don't really. That's why I'm such an advocate for like mental health, because like I think my mental illness has just made me like such a stronger and like more well-rounded person, and just like have more tools than like most. Like I don't take any of that like in vain. Like I don't look at it as like bad. Like could I have gone without it? Sure.
It makes you a more interesting person.
I think it's providing me with a lot of tools. And it makes me interesting. Like mental illness is in now. It's chic.
I know. Can you listen to Iron and Wine now, or is that a trigger?
Absolutely. And I still see God.
Damn, bro.
So it's gotten better. It's elevated Iron and Wine to a new level of music.
He's a deity, basically, to me.
We got to get Iron and Wine on the pod, and then we'll link with you. Would you ever do like a little collab song with Iron and Wine?
Absolutely. I would do anything. I will suck Sam's dick. I don't care. Like,
does a dog have fleas? Shamir says. So Shamir, you are a mental health advocate, and you are probably well versed in mental health. What type of mental health issues do you think Chris and I have as a podcast listener? What could we work on for ourselves in 2022?
I don't know. As a mental health advocate, rule number 1, don't take like unprofessional, unsolicited, like fucking advice. Like, go see a professional. Even though I do want to retire as a therapist, so hit me up in like 20 years.
Okay, Shamir, let's just say as a fun little game, how would you prescribe us as somebody who's listened to hours of How Long Gone?
I don't know. When I'm listening to y'all, it's like really like head empty vibes. Like I don't really think about it that deeply.
Great. Good to hear. No, I understand.
But you
don't
like
think-
head empty vibes sometimes, though, right?
It's rare that I get to feel that. Like, it's like y'all, Emily in Paris, like very few things can like
Bitch.
give me that peace.
Yeah, I am hot and well dressed, just like Emily in Paris. That's so true. I thank you for making that comparison.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That
No,
peace.
literally, Emily in Paris like cured my depression both times.
See, Jason, you should watch Emily in Paris. So you stop being so sad.
I ain't depressed. What about Emily in Paris cured your depression?
Okay. So when the first season came out in 2020, I was in the midst of like my self-titled out my 7th album cycle, and that was like my most popular basically since my debut.
We saw the review. We saw the reviews, Chief. We know it was making the rounds.
But I'm saying all that to say is that it was self-release, I was self-managing, I was self-doing everything. So it was just like a lot.
You ain't got a manager. You got a manager now.
I've been self-managing since 2019.
Okay. Well, let me know if you want to talk deal points later. But go ahead.
Wait, what?
No, I just sometimes it's nice to bounce ideas off someone. I have Jason, my partner. I don't know if you have. I don't know if you have someone that you're able to.
Yeah, the voices in my head.
Talk.
Are the voices in your head old and white though? Didn't think so.
Sometimes.
You got a lawyer though, Shamir?
Yeah, I got a lawyer, yeah.
Yeah, that's more important than any of that shit anyway.
Low-key, yeah.
That's what the real heads know. Real heads know.
Yeah.
So
My
I'm sorry.
lawyer's the only person on my team who's like been there since day one.
You fired everybody else.
Everybody left me after I lost my mind. Are you kidding?
They didn't really. I would just wait it out. Like, what's the big deal?
A little bit of both. Some firing, some like, oh, he's crazy. Oh my God.
But you had a big dog manager at some point, I imagine.
I don't think I've ever had like a big dog manager.
Okay, I thought maybe because sometimes that happens when things get hot early. Everybody's sniffing around. All of a sudden, you're like, "Why is Irving Azoff managing Shamir?" And it's like, I don't know if this is working.
I think if I had a big dog manager, like me losing my mind wouldn't like be a thing because like big dog managers are used to that shit. You know what I mean?
That's true. No, you're right. Absolutely. When Bono disappears for a couple days, you know what I mean. We're gonna wait for Bono to call us.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about?
So you're talking about Emily in Paris and how it saved your life.
Oh, Emily. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, busy time for me, even though I was in lockdown. And the only thing that was keeping me sane was when Girlfriends got put on Netflix.
Great program.
And, like, yeah, that was, like, the only thing that was, like, providing me peace because I live alone, too. So, like,
You didn't have any girlfriends that were there through thick and thin.
didn't have no girlfriends. You know what I mean?
Girlfriend.
Wow, even Chris knows the song?
Girlfriends is great. It's like if Friends was good.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
It's like the best.
That's the only difference.
Well, Tracy, you know I'm a Tracy Ellis Ross guy, Jason. You know.
After the story, I have to tell you my Tracy Ellis Ross at Erewhon story.
Okay, great, perfect for us.
That's
yeah,
some Chris
yeah.
bait right there.
Yeah. It is so yeah, when I finished it and I realized that because of the writer's strike, it ended unresolved, I was spiraling. I said, no, this is the only thing that brought me peace. I was fucking spiraling. I'm like, what am I going to do?
So that greatly affected your mental health.
Yes. And I was like, I need something to like calm me down because like I'm like just inconsolable right now.
Indisposed.
Emily Paris had just came out, and I was just like, sure, let's try it. This seems stupid because I like to watch stupid things. But this, because normally sometimes it can get my brain turned off, but like not to the point that Emily Paris was able to do it. I felt immense peace. Like when I tell you that it was just like a complete 180 as far as like my mood after binging it in one day. The first season. I mean, I binged both seasons. And I think it's medicinal.
No wonder you're eating in bed, doing a whole season in one day.
Absolutely.
You got the bedpan out. I like it. Okay.
Absolutely.
You know, we pissing in jars, baby.
No, that's one thing that I won't do. Like, I don't understand why people do that. Like, oh my God, go to the bathroom.
That is the one thing I won't do is collect jars of urine in my bedroom.
You don't drain the lizard in the Mountain Dew bottle after you finish it on the road?
No, we've established that I'm not actually straight. Like, come on.
What about Emily? Because you said like you have no problem watching dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because Emily in Paris is a dumb shit show that thinks it's being a smart and witty and well done show? Is that the trick about it?
Yeah, I like it and I just get it. And I had a French ex and I spent a lot of time in France. And I kind of really empathize with the Emily character as well. I felt like that dumbass American bitch at one point.
We all have.
So it touched.
It's relatable. Jason doesn't get to Europe
yeah.
very often, so he can't really relate. You know what I mean?
I don't know shit about Paris, bro. I mean, I still call it Paris. Okay, let's hear this Tracy Ellis story at Erewhon.
Oh my god. Okay, so one of my old day-to-day manager lived right like walkable distance by the one on Beverly, and I would go to that one like all the time. And at one point, we were just like sitting outside, like having our lunch, and Tracy Ellis like walked out with a cart full of shit. Like it's like money, you know what I mean? It was such a power move. Like it's like she was shopping like it was food for less. You know what I mean?
Yes. So you spent your $17 on some buffalo cauliflower that left you wanting more.
On some literally gluten-free like sushi. You know
and
what I
she
mean?
came
like,
out, dropped $948 on her.
She had the vitamins
groceries.
too. When you're really
Correct.
balling, you're buying vitamins at Erewhon. That's when you really got paper.
No, when you're really balling, you're buying fucking paper towels and
yeah,
dish
that's
soap
true.
and
That's
shit.
true. That's true.
yeah, paper towels. Yeah, exactly. That's like the vibe. That was like the vibe. And I was obsessed, and like we just had like this moment where like she walked out and we like locked eyes, and like, and it was just like, yeah, we're like two Black people at Erewhon right now. You know what I mean?
That's a feeling I'll never get to feel.
Yeah, no, this one's for us, as Solange said. You know what I mean? And so I've always kept that story with me, and we actually have a mutual.
Okay.
And I was like in an Uber with that mutual, and I was like, yeah, no, like we had a moment. Like I wonder if she like remembers. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if it's like a misconnection like situation. You know what I mean? And so he's like, oh, I'll text her right now. So he texted her, and the response was like, I mean, she didn't remember me, but I think the response was even more perfect. She goes, you know, I'm so sorry to say I don't remember, but I do love Erewhon.
That's my Tracy right there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that now she'll remember you forever. You know, you bonded in a different way.
Yeah, that's like when I see the one guy at Roscoe's and we lock eyes, and he has that little like help me look in his eyes, and I'm like, it's not me, bro.
This happens to Jason when he sees other big white guys with their Asian girlfriends, and they lock eyes.
You stay away from Brooklyn, huh?
They lock eyes, and they're like, God damn it, you two, bro, they got you.
Yeah, I say like, oh, I don't go across the bridge whenever I'm in Manhattan because I don't want to take the train or whatever. Uber's too much. But it is because there's so many tall white guys with Asian girlfriends over there, and I can't be seen around that.
Yeah, he can't go to a popping restaurant in Williamsburg without running into some of his brethren, and he does feel some embarrassment.
They want to dap me up in the foyer.
Why do you feel embarrassment? Like, why don't you feel like, oh, these are like my people?
Because I've been doing it since before it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Now these
that's the
these
OG.
young bulls trying to come through.
This is so racist. I can't.
Well, no, it's not.
This is just
I
real
had
talk, bro.
vacations before it was popular.
That because he's the OG.
What's racist
bro.
about
But the
that?
thing
I'm
about-
just saying. I've been doing things to POCs way before the Instagram.
Just stop. We get it. You're an
Infographics
ally.
told us to.
Whatever. Let's go.
I'm a motherfucking ally, and I don't do it because other people tell me to. I do it because it's in my heart. That's why.
That's right. Jason has been supporting the AAPI community for years with his wallet and his heart. But I think that the reason he doesn't bang with these fellas is because he's taller than them. So there's an alpha vibe where they feel intimidated in a way that he likes, gets him a little chubby.
Yeah, it makes me feel like Suge Knight of fucking Asian hoes.
Wait, how tall are you? Because I know you're like hella tall.
6'9".
You're lying. Is that even possible?
Dead ass. It is possible.
It's the only good thing about him.
That's kind of sick, honestly.
Yeah, it is kind of sick. Thank you. How tall are you, Shamir?
5'10", a very average, vibey situation.
That's cool.
Do you say 6 feet on your baseball card, or you stick with 5'10"?
5'10". I'm literally 5'10" even, like
So the new album, when's the new album coming out?
February 11th.
February, that's right around Valentine's Day. Damn, okay.
I don't think it's a Valentine's Day album, but sure.
Okay, so it is called Heterosexuality? What do we have to look forward to? Why are we saving it on our Spotify?
Because I make good music. I don't know. Like,
Is it country? Is it drum and bass?
it's like industrial vibes.
Industrial? Okay, so when you say industrial, are we talking like Ministry, Atari Teenage Riot?
Did y'all not hear any of my singles? This is so unprofessional.
You know how much music I have to
We talk about everything but the music.
Yeah, we
Shamir.
don't
Come
care
on,
about
you
we
know
don't
that.
care about music.
Clearly.
We're here to talk about what you fucking ate in bed. That's what I want to talk about.
You think I give a fuck
Clearly.
about your little music? I'm here to hear about Emily in Paris. So get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I made it with my friend because Because honestly, I didn't come on this podcast to like really talk about it that deeply. I've done like 5 interviews where I actually like seriously like talked about it just this week.
Oh, got it.
Go to like the stereo gum interview that I did or something. Like,
no, you're right, Shamir. You're right.
Like I came on this show to talk about what I eat in bed and like in million pairs as well.
All right, well, we'll stop. Heterosexuality in stores February 11th.
This treatment is good. It's good. It's vibes.
When somebody asks me, I can't wait to just be like, what's the album? It's good. I don't know. Just fucking listen to it, loser.
Tell me about your new album.
I'll check. You know, I do check stereo gum because I'm a 39-year-old white guy, so that's no problem for me.
I'm sick, yeah.
And right now, one of your singles is slowly being faded up with Ableton Live into the interview.
Oh, baby.
I guess my 3rd single will be out by then, so you got to do Reproductive.
Well, this is coming out. This is coming out tomorrow.
Oh, did I? So y'all actually do it next day?
Yeah, this ain't a game.
I didn't realize the turnaround was that quick. That's so crazy. Why do y'all? That actually sounds stressful to like release and like do the interview in tandem.
It's less stressful for Chris than it is for me, but it's not that bad. I like it. It's good to edit.
Sick.
I like editing as soon as we finish because everything's still fresh on the brain.
Yeah, I like to hear that the conversations are actually fresh because you hear so many like other like podcast interviews where it's just like you can tell that it was like, you know, a week ago or some shit.
They're over here, so like, what are you doing for Christmas, Shamir? And you're like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. We can do better. No, Shamir, it's really been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. This is going in the How Long Gone Hall of Fame. I can already tell.
Stop, really? That is no, because like don't fuck with me because that's like literally what I wanted. Like,
I mean, once I go through with the Ableton and I do my little TJ Them Jeans remix.
But no, you gotta play cisgender because I guess that's like the most recent and like